they throw me the ball, am I supposed to catch it? Sure, I'm supposed to catch it, right?
Yeah, but you don't initiate that. They all initiated that they took over games. Mario Chalmers took over the entire fourth quarter of what was it, game 4 in Miami? Go back. It's the Mario Chalmers Memorial game. Scored 25 points in the game.
Go back and look at a guy in the playoff that's led the team in scoring, rebounds, and assists. If you take the next 3, 4 guys, combine them, they don't equal LeBron James. Skip, nobody has had the responsibility, the scoring, the rebounding, the assisting, the running the basketball team like LeBron James. If you hell bent on staying in that corner, say Jordan is the GOAT, Skip, I can't pull you. I believe you there. But it's my guy's birthday. It's his moment, and nobody has been able to play this good for this long. And he ain't slowing down.
I'll give you year 17. Nobody's ever had a year 17, but by then, Michael Jordan was done.
Why was he done?
Because he quit on principle because Jerry Krause and Jerry Reinsdorf in Chicago, the GM and owner of the Chicago Bulls, said,
so he pouted.
Phil Jackson, you're out.
Hold on, just a second.
Pouting.
What
That's
is it?
Principle. He said, you fire that coach. You run him out of here. You're running me out too, because I am death till I part.
So let me get this. See what you did? All you did, now he got upset and pouted, said, I'm taking my basketball shoes and I'm going home if you don't bring my coach back. So that's not pouting. That's principle. You saying LeBron James not sitting in J.R. Smith's lap during the timeout, he's pouting.
Well, he pouted after he turned down the last shot with Steph Curry switched on to him after he had scored 48 points, much of them from outside the paint, hottest hand I'd ever seen him have in any playoff game in his career, and he turns down a 17-foot jump shot. Do or die, sink or swim, because you're down 1. It's going to be in or out.
Skip.
And he turned it down to pass to George Hill.
Who's an 80, Lord forbid, George Hill's in the NBA. He's an 80%, a career 80% free throw shooter. And what we've seen. Look at Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder made all the threes that he took, basically, in Boston. He made all the threes that he took in Miami. Look at what he did last night. He got with LeBron James and he couldn't throw it in the ocean from the boat, in the middle of the ocean.
Well, that's on LeBron. He couldn't raise his game like that. I don't know.
No, Skip. Look at Wes Matthews. Wes Matthews played so great in Portland, parlayed that into a big, massive contract, played well in Dallas. Now he can't even buy a bucket. And that's what the expectations is when you play with the GOAT, Skip. The eyes get bigger, palms get sweaty, get tighter. But Skip, don't do it. This is the man's birthday. The man 13-time first-team All-NBA. Nobody can touch that. He's going to have the most points. I told you he's going to be 40, 10, and 10. 40,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists, and he's going to get another chip this year.
And Michael Jordan won 10 scoring titles to LeBron's 1.
Skip, that ain't what we do.
Game
Skip,
over.
Skip. That's not what we do. We don't try to score. Everybody, think about it. All the people that you say the greatest scorers, LeBron is right there with them. Be it Jerry West, be
I
it...
said he doesn't try to score.
He does, Skip. That's Skip.
But now he's hell-bent to try to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for most points ever scored in the NBA.
Skip. He's a reluctant scorer. He tries to get everybody else involved. That's why.
Well, he's not reluctant when they're up 20 in the fourth quarter and he's still pouring it on.
So did Jordan take off? See, hold on. Now, if he comes out, he doesn't have the killer instinct that Kobe and Jordan.
I'm glad
he stays in the game.
Because all we heard during the time The Last Dance aired on ESPN was voice after voice from LeBron's past saying, well, the big difference was Michael was he was an assassin. He had that killer will, and LeBron just doesn't have that. We even had Mike Malone, head coach of the Denver Nuggets now, longtime assistant with LeBron in Cleveland in his first go-around in Cleveland, and he just basically summed it up that killer, not a killer.
Skip,
okay?
But here's the thing. The misconception is that people think the black mamba is the most venomous snake on the earth, and it's not even top 5. You got the common brown in Australia. You got the taipan. There are several other snakes that are not as aggressive, that are more venomous. Because LeBron don't go out there snarling and elbowing people, that doesn't mean he's not just as deadly, if not more deadlier.
He's a common variety garden snake.
No, he ain't no garden snake. Oh, he's venomous. You don't be no garden snake and be 4 for 4. He 4 for 4. Only one other man can say that. That's Jordan. Give him that. We coming.
What do you mean 4 for 4?
4 finals, 4 MVPs.
What?
He got 4 finals. He got 4 finals MVPs.
What's this?
Skip, that's what Skip. I just said. I just acknowledged that only Jordan can say that. But we coming. But what he can't say, he had the longevity and the production over the long haul that we. Skip, remember now, he was out of the league. He took a break. Think about it. He took a break in his prime because of physical and mental. That's what he said the last day. Now, if anything is misquoted, you can't misquote somebody in their own documentary, can you? Because that's what he said. He said it started to grind on him. Everybody all up in his business. So can you imagine if everybody was those little media people in his business, what would social media be like when camera phones everywhere?
Speaking of social media, I'm glad you brought that back up because just a couple of days back, I saw something that LeBron posted that really offended me. Truly offended
you get offended
me.
about everything.
If we could just see this for just a moment, please. He posted this, feeling like Mike.
No, he said feel like Mike Jack.
No, Mike. There's got to be a period in there.
No, Skip, no. He talking about
no Mike Jack.
Yes,
I meant Jack Sigma.
Mike Jackson.
Oh, okay.
That's the footwork he's talking about. That's the poetry in motion.
Feeling like Mike, poetry in motion.
Yes.
Footwork on cruise control. The kid from Akron, hashtag King Me.
Crowded.
Says, LeBron James, as he shows himself shooting a fadeaway on one of the worst defenders, if not the single worst defender in the entire league, Luka Doncic, after a game last year at Dallas, won by Danny Green with a corner 3.
That got us in overtime.
Well, that won the game.
No, it didn't. If you don't win the game just because you get to overtime.
And then what did my man Kyle Kuzma say after the game? We just passed the ball to whoever Luka was guarding.
Yes.
And he had the audacity to post a fadeaway jumper over Luka Doncic, who, by the way, Rick Carlisle called out publicly. We're going to talk about it later in the show. But he called him out publicly yesterday and basically said he's just not in condition. And you have to dedicate yourself year-round to staying in condition. So that shot was over a guy who doesn't defend to start with and is in poor condition second.
Hold up. What about the one that he hit on Jaylen Brown? He hit that very shot on Jaylen Brown last year in March. You remember that, Skip?
Yeah.
He hit that same shot on Jaylen Brown. So what are you going to say about Jaylen Brown? Was he not in shape? Is he not any good? Is he not a good defender? Mike Jack, 83 Motown Award.
Hey.
Back it up. That's
like
the footwork he's talking about.
There's a big old period missing
That's
in
the
there.
footwork he's talking about.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay. Well, trust me on this, that he will never, ever duplicate what that man did from mid-range with fadeaways over the last 5 or 6 years of his career. He perfected that shot, did Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I'd never seen anything like it. It was unstoppable. It's a move that is akin to the sky hook of Kareem, where you just can't stop it. He's going to fade away on you, and nobody can block it, and nobody can even get a hand on it.
See, Skip, what you try to do is that you say because nobody can replicate it. There's a place in our society, not only for Albert Einstein, but also for Steve Jobs. They all serve their roles. Now, we get to determine, now we're going to debate who meant more to society. But in this case right here, I'm in Go James corner. Now leave me alone. I ain't bother you. I'm not trying to talk you off no ledge. You with Jordan. There is nothing you told me that Jordan wouldn't respond. Jordan responds to criticism. You say Jordan doesn't hold grudges. Jordan holds grudges.
No, he always holds grudges.
Yeah. But everybody else tell Isaiah to get over it. He hadn't gotten over it. He done got over that.
Good for him. But that's what drove him. Does LeBron have any grudges that he holds?
I'll tell you what. Well, when is he going to get back at Larry Bird for cutting his butt, sweeping him? When is he going to get back at Bird? And why did he wait till the bad boy Pistons get old before he took them down?
Michael Jordan hung 63 on Bird and company in Game 1 at the Garden.
And Jordan
63. And what did Larry Bird say after the game? That was God disguised as Michael Jordan.
You see what you just get? Now, he hung 63. caught an L. Now, normally you say 63 doesn't mean anything. I mean, I remember when Devin Booker had 70, and all the Celtics talking about he over there celebrating 70, but he caught that L. Nobody has gotten more credit for losses than Michael Jordan in the history of the NBA. Because, granted, he was spectacular, but at the end of the day, he lost. Skip, what good is Tom Brady's 505 if he lost the Super Bowl? You bring it up every time. He threw for the most yards in playoff history. Merger, pre-merger, post-merger, it doesn't matter the merger. But what did it accomplish? He lost.
That year, Jordan's team was way worse than any of LeBron's Cleveland teams. You know it.
How you gonna be worse when you got to go?
Sub 500.
So how you make the playoffs sub 500?
He broke his leg and was out for like 6 weeks at the end of the year and came straight back in and said, "No, I'm not going to wait until next year." Like KD and Kyrie said, "We're going to wait. We could have gone to the bubble, but we're going to wait." Michael said, "No, I'm going to play." And in game one, as rusty as you could be, he comes out and hangs 63 on the Celtics in their house. That's off the charts great. And they knew it.
Let me ask you a question. So all that